Hey friends, it's been such a long time since I've done a get ready with me. And so I decided today to try to knock one out because I'm not in a hurry, although I do have quite an agenda to fill today. And one of those things is to go and vote. Alright, so I started out with moisturizing my lips with cocoa butter formula. This is just Palmer's cocoa butter, and it's a lip balm. But so my face is freshly washed, and I am not going to use my regular moisturizer today. So I'm using Hydra Mist to moisturize my face. This is actually by Faces by Itosh. She's a fellow female entrepreneur that is an amazing esthetician and makeup artist, and this is one of her products from her new line, and I will make sure I leave a link below so if you're interested in checking it out. But it can be used to refresh, hydrate, and soothe your skin. So today I'm using it to hydrate as opposed to my regular Nivea facial moisturizer, and so far so good. I also use this as a toner sometimes, but today I'm using it to tone and to hydrate.
It's resulted in a large increase in the number of people failing to appear for their court date. You've called for a similar step.
Tonight's debate is to tackle the issues and concerns of the people here in Georgia. Yet the issue regarding voter suppression has...
in Georgia is up 23%. We have 1 million more people on our voter rolls today than we had when I took office. We've had record turnouts in our last presidential election, and we're having record turnouts right now. And this farce about voter suppression and people being held up from being on the rolls and being able to vote is absolutely not true. Anyone who meets the requirements that's on the pending list, the Social Security match, which is a federal problem.
Ms. Abrams, would you like to respond?
I would indeed. The right to vote is a right. I grew up in a family that fought for the right to vote before they were old enough to do so. My father was arrested helping people register, and so I take the right to vote very seriously. I only believe that those who have the legal eligibility to vote should cast a ballot. But I also
people out there that this race is being rigged.
I feel as if it's much ado about nothing. The real issue here is if you look at the voter turnout for past elections, less than 60% of the voters ever actually turn out. Farmers in rural Georgia, that we care about them. The other thing is we can do all sorts of things with farm-to-table distribution systems. We got 7 counties in Georgia that don't even have a grocery store. You know, the thing is we need to be encouraging our agriculture and getting them to actually grow.
Right on time. We appreciate that very much. Elwin Lopez, you get the next question.
Ms. Abrams, 75% of Georgia voters favor expanding Medicaid. That's according to an AJC poll from January. You said that you want to expand the program on day one. How likely?
Having worked with Democrats and Republicans, I know that we all care about Georgia families. It's one of our core values. And I know that we do not want to see more rural hospitals close. Unfortunately, there is only one solution in the state of Georgia. And despite the misleading information from my opponent, I am not promoting anything other than a program that has been proven to be bipartisan.
30 seconds to respond to the issue of education. What's important to each of you in terms of reforming education for our state? Mr. Metz, we'll begin with you.
Well, to begin with, we have an overload of administration.
Your time is up. In fairness, I have to interrupt. One final question tonight from Mr. Boonstein.
And this is a yes-no question because we're short on time. Governor Deal just today announced a special session after the election designed to provide more hurricane relief, but lawmakers will also get the chance to make permanent a jet fuel tax break for Delta and other air carriers. Yes or no, would you support that tax break?
Also to hold government accountable and to lower taxes. There's lots of ways to do that by stuffing government back inside of its constitutional constraints. Many people have forgotten that the Constitution is about holding government accountable to a small group of functions, which include an equal playing field, making sure that everyone has equal protection.
Minority Leader of the Georgia House of Representatives, and she's currently a candidate to become the Governor of Georgia and make real change. Ms. Abrams grew up in Gulfport, Mississippi, and she writes, "I am driven by a bitter hatred of poverty and the lack of mobility that keeps families in endless cycles of wasted ability." And to take your questions. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me again in welcoming Stacey Abrams to the Commonwealth Club.
My dad likes to say he grew up on the wrong side of the tracks, and my mom grew up on the wrong side of the tracks. My mom's family was that abject poverty you read about in Mississippi. My dad's family was slightly better off, but made less money than the janitor who cleaned the college. My dad is dyslexic, and so his family had, there was a history. His two older sisters went to college. He sent all 6 of us to college.
Wow.
And the third was take care of each other, and by that they meant we have very little. And we would point that out when they would wake us up to go volunteer. We're like, yeah, you do know we're poor too. My father's response was, look, having that.
So what I'm getting ready to do now is go ahead and take these twists out of my hair. This twist out is on its last leg. It's on its last leg. I plan to wash my hair this week, so I hadn't decided yet what I'm going to do with it. But I do know I will not be straightening it. Although I have had this straight itch, even though I've only had it back curly again for a few weeks. Yeah, I'm gonna wear it natural for another couple weeks. I'm trying to decide if I want to braid my hair again. I have the hair for it. I actually want some faux locks, but the ones that I want and the person that I want to do them, a little out of my budget right now, but in a couple months, I'll probably get that done. But I'm kind of picky. I'm kind of picky about who does my hair, and I want someone with a track record from someone that I know and trust. And so the lady who I want to do it, her prices are actually pretty reasonable, but it's still expensive. The great thing is I know how to do my own hair, and it may not be perfect like how they get it down to the salon, but I can get it to look pretty good. So yeah, I'm gonna probably braid this hair up for a couple of weeks. Another thing I thought about doing, maybe over Thanksgiving break, is doing my hair in mini twists again. I did mini twists on my hair, like, it's probably been almost 2 years since I've done it, but I loved it. And I kept it for 3 weeks, I think. And when I took the mini twists out, literally my hair was still moisturized, and that was just like amazing to me. So I'm thinking about mini twisting my hair, and if I'll probably do the mini twists, wear those for about 2 or 3 weeks, take them out, and then I may do some more box braids. But anyway, the point is right now I still have this old twist out that I need to take out, and so I'm gonna do that now. It's rainy out there. And anyway, I may actually switch. Right now I'm wearing one of my CIU sweatshirts, but I'm thinking I'm gonna switch out to a sweatshirt with a hood on it, just in case I have to stand out in the line at my polling station. The place where I'm going to go vote has a pretty decent sized lobby, so I may be able to stand inside out of the rain, but just in case I don't want anything to deter me or cause me to have to leave and come back and get back in the line. I'm probably going to switch. Those are just my thoughts as I am releasing this twist out. So yeah, I was watching the Metz-Kemp-Abrams debate on YouTube, just to refresh my memory on everything that is refresh my memory on what the candidates have to say, because I think that's important. Yes, I am very sure of who I'm going to vote for as it relates to, I'm very sure of who I'm going to vote for Georgia governor, but I needed to freshen up on the referendums that are being voted on, as well as some of the other policies, because the person in office is very important, obviously, but every little detail of those referendums, it makes a difference. It matters. So I know the last time I voted, my first time voting in Georgia, my first time voting in Georgia, there was one thing on there that I was like, what is this about? So I stayed at that booth and I read that thing over and over until I made sure I knew what it was asking, and before I voted, because had I not been able to figure it out, I would have probably just left it blank, because I don't want to vote for something that I actually don't stand for, and, you know, possibly be a part of damaging something I do stand for. So I had to sit there and read and read and read until my comprehension was where it needed to be. So this time I went over things again today, the day of, so that when I get down to the polls, I won't have any problems. I will be able to vote responsibly, because that's what it's about. What's the point of voting just to get a sticker? The sticker is nice, and I will be posting mine, no doubt about it. But know what the heck you going down there for. Don't just vote for governor and then push any button for the other items. Make sure you know what you're doing down there. Okay. I actually like the way this looks with the scarf on. I may keep the scarf on. I put the scarf on to protect my edges, but I'm actually enjoying this with the scarf. So what I might do is retie it so that I can tuck. Let's see if I do it that way first. Yeah. So I can tuck these ends. I can tuck the ends, because that's what I actually want to do with it. No, that's not going to work. Okay, alright, we had 35 minutes and 38 seconds. I took a little extra time to do this because I thought it was important. I hope you guys voted. Yeah, I hope everyone who watched this video voted. I hope you were informed when you voted, and I hope you continue to stay informed so that the next time it comes around for us to vote, that you will be able to make a decision that you can stand by. So if you haven't yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, give this video a thumbs up and hit the share button. And I will certainly look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye.